Don't use your HELOC to pay off your mortgage. Do this instead. Look, I get why that strategy sounds appealing. You've probably seen all the videos about paying off your house in 7 years, hack your mortgage with a HELOC, and mathematically, can it work? Yeah, it can, but it only works for like 1% of the people who actually have their budgeting dialed in. And when I mean dialed in, I mean like perfect. Because what happens is when you pull out this big HELOC, let's say it's $200,000, you pay off your mortgage, and now you're living out of your HELOC. Your whole life runs through it. Every paycheck goes in, every expense comes out, and if you fall out of your little wheelhouse even a little bit, you've now gone the other way. You're in a deeper debt than when you first started. For the 99% of the people who don't have that level of discipline, myself included, there's a better way to use the HELOC, one that actually builds wealth in a different way without having to be a budgeting ninja. Now, budgeting is important, and that's exactly why I want to show you. Think about it this way. A HELOC is a scalpel, not a cleaver. It's like the Swiss Army knife of loans, and it comes in all shapes, sizes, and terms. They're incredibly easy to get, which can get you in trouble if you don't have a plan. So instead of using your HELOC to pay off your home, you're going to trade it for an asset, specifically an income-producing asset that works for you 24/7, pays you while you sleep, and compounds in the background while your home just sits there. And I'll explain why in just a second, but first I want to show you why you should consider using this strategy instead of just putting it into your home. Let's say you get a $200,000 first position HELOC and use it to completely replace your $200,000 mortgage. So you've taken the HELOC and you've put it into the mortgage first position. Here's the part that most people don't realize. You don't make payments on this the way you did with your previous mortgage. Your monthly income is the payment. The way that this is set up is the bank sets up a single operating account that acts like your checking account and your loan are fused together. Every dollar that touches your life runs through this one account. It's called a bank sweep, and it happens every single day with any amount of money in that account. So your paycheck doesn't go into savings. It doesn't go into a separate checking account. It goes straight into the HELOC. So on day one, let's say your balance is $200,000. Your paycheck goes in, and then your balance drops to $190,000. Then you buy groceries, you pay your bills, you cover your kids' expenses, and by the end of the month, you've crept up a little bit to $195,000. Okay, so you're still making progress. Good news. But now you can see how tight that system really is. You're living out of the HELOC, and anything unexpected hits your budget. It doesn't take much for that $195,000 to shoot back over $200,000 and put you in a worse position than when you started. For example, let's say your furnace dies. That's like a $8,000 to $10,000 expense. Or your dog needs emergency surgery. That happened to me. That was $5,000. Or you slipped up and splurged and took your wife to an exotic vacation in the Maldives by accident. Life happens, right? But the other thing to consider here is when you bury that money into your house, it's just sitting there. It's idle capital. It's dead money. Your money's not out working for you. It's just existing. You can't eat equity. You can't spend equity at the grocery store, and the return on your equity will forever be zero. So here's what I actually recommend doing, and this is what I do for myself and teach others along the way. Instead of taking your HELOC and putting it into your home loan, you leave your home alone. Don't touch it. Take that money instead and go buy a multifamily asset. This could be a duplex. This could be a triplex, a fourplex. It could even be bigger, 10 units, totally up to you. And yes, that's totally doable. I'll give you an example. Let's say you've got $100,000 in equity sitting in your home right now. You could do nothing, or you could pull out a HELOC for that amount. Your payment on that is going to be around $700. Now you take that $100,000 and you use it as a down payment on your next fourplex. So you've just traded that $100,000 for the keys to a $500,000 asset that prints money forever. Now, all 4 units are rented out, and the rent coming in from those 4 units covers the entire mortgage. It also covers your $700 HELOC payment and some. You're not paying a mortgage out of your own pocket. The tenants are handling that. So think about what just happened. You took $100,000 of equity that was just sitting in your house doing nothing, and you turned it into a $500,000 asset that pays for itself forever and will forever be a money printing machine. But here's where it gets even better. That building, it's appreciating every year. Appreciation's not something you can guarantee, but it generally happens every year anyway. Every year, it's going up in value. And in my area, property values just jumped 5 to 10% just this past year. At the same time, your tenants are paying down your loan every single month. That's their money building your equity, and you're not doing a single thing except owning the asset. You're getting all the tax benefits of a $500,000 building, even though you only put down $100,000. Depreciation, mortgage interest, repairs, all of it. That's leverage that you're not going to be able to get anywhere else. So you've got 4 things working for you at the same time: cash flow from the rent, appreciation as the building goes up in value, principal pay down as the tenants pay off your mortgage, and tax benefits in between for the entire package. And here's the thing that gets me fired up about this. You just planted a seed. That asset is now yours forever, and the ripple effects of that purchase are going to be felt for years down the line. Whether you sell it, whether you hand it off to your kids, whether you use it to pay for their college, whatever, you now own that asset that produces that income forever. Because look, you're going to pay off that HELOC eventually. You could front load it and just take care of it in the beginning, or you could let it linger, but that debt will go away. But the building keeps paying you every single month for as long as you own it. And so what you're doing is you're trading a little bit of money now, your income, your savings, your HELOC, whatever, for income that's going to last you forever and your generation forever. You're giving your title company $100,000, and the title company is giving you the keys to a building that spits out income for the rest of your life. Warren Buffett said it best. You've got to find a way to make money while you sleep. Otherwise, you'll be chasing that money your whole life. And most people just don't know how accessible picking up multifamily properties really is. So if you're sitting on equity right now, understand this: you already have the capital. The only difference between where you are now and where you want to be is whether that capital is working hard enough. Your equity can either sit quietly in your house, or it can be structured into assets that pay you back. So don't guess, don't assume, talk to your lender, run some numbers, and see what your existing position could actually acquire. Because equity isn't the reward, it's the starting position to a better life. And when you pull the trigger and buy your first rental property, I made a video breaking down exactly what to do next. I'll see you on that one.